Tassa bhagavato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Good evening. Venerable Sir, dear friends in Dhamma, first I would like to continue Girimananda Sutta. Next one, Khatamachananda Pahana Sangha. And what are these perceptions of abandoning? Perceptions of abandoning. What we supposed to abandon? Giving away, letting go. What? Herein Ananda Bhikkhu does not endure thoughts concerning any sensuous pleasure, which has arisen, he abandons this place, get rid of the same and cause it to attain non-existence. Now, basically, we know everything is impermanent and danger, all the other perceptions are there, we already developed. Now in here, abandoning, pahana sanya. What we try to abandon, we are trying to abandon kama vitakka, sensual pleasure. Kama vitakka. There is a sutta named Vitakka Santana Sutta. In Vitakka Santana Sutta, the Buddha explaining, seeing some unwholesome thoughts, pay attention to control and reduce, eliminate that thoughts. Vitakka Santana Sutta. When you see, okay, anger is arising, see, anger is arising in your mind, now you are paying attention to develop your loving friendliness instead of anger. That mentioned in Vitakka Santana Sutra. And same thing in here. Does not pay attention to this sensual pleasure. Now you are trying to abandon these sensual pleasure thoughts, seeing the danger of that sensual pleasure, and seeing the emptiness there. So these are the knowledge which is coming through your experiences. Now you have to use all these knowledge and experiences, protect yourself. That's why we have this abandoned concept. This abandoned concept is talking about the unwholesome roots, unwholesome thoughts that are rising in your mind to abandon. So then, what are the wholesome roots that you have to plant there and grow there? Wholesome roots are metta, karuna, mudita, upekka. Loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So abandoning these unwholesome roots, paying attention and developing energy to grow wholesome roots, which we call metta, karuna, mudita, upekka, loving kindness, compassion, sympathetic joy, and equanimity. So, why we want to abandon these, get rid of these unwholesome roots? Because it's cause of suffering. We are already suffering. So we don't want to have extra suffering. So that's why we want to take care of our mind. We have to take care of our mind. That is our obligation, duty, responsibility. Being born as a human being, these are our duty. As a human being, these are our duties. Seeing the wickedness of our mind, we have to pay attention to control that weak, unnecessary, unwholesome thoughts, to control, to reduce, to eliminate. That is our human duty. In Sabbhasava Sutta, there's a sutta named Sabbhasava. Sabbasava Sutta also mentioning about this quality, Pahana Sanya. Pahana Sanya. It is also abandoning. There are some unwholesome thoughts that arise in your mind. We have to pay attention to abandon those things. We have to develop our energy and effort to abandon those things. That is the only way that you can destroy that unwholesome roots. There are 7 ways in Sabbasava Sutta. Adivasana Pahatabba, and developing your patience. Be patient in that moment. You can eliminate some defilements. But in here, there's another skill. Pahana Sanya, paying attention, developing your energy, going against that unwholesome roots. That is Pahana Sanya. So it is one of way that we can apply to reduce, to eliminate our defilements from the mind. So there are a few kind of defilements in here mentioned. Kama Vitakka. Kama Vitakka means sensual pleasure. And other one is Kama Vitakka, Uppannana Vihipsa Vitakka, and also Uppanne Papake Akusale Dhammi. Not only that, namely unwholesome roots, paying attention, recognizing all unwholesome stages in your mind. You are paying attention to control, reduce, and eliminate all these unwholesome thoughts from your mind. That is Pahana Sanna, abandoning, perceptions of abandoning. So these are skills that we have to develop. So then there are very important skills, recognizing wholesomeness and unwholesomeness. You have to have a skill for that. Recognize it. And then paying attention. Develop your energy and effort to first try to control. It's not happening in once to elimination. You can't eliminate in once. So then first you have to control it. Seeing these unwholesome thoughts arising in your mind, you are paying attention. Okay, this is unnecessary. I don't need it. So therefore you are controlling it. And then reducing, controlling and controlling, you can reduce it. Power as well as the time length, how long it's existing in your mind. You can reduce it. And then eliminate it. Completely neutralize it, it's not coming back again. Elimination. During control and reduce, still we are living with that defilements. That can come back again any moment. For example, while you attain jhana, while you are enjoying jhana, first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, while you are enjoying in that jhana, you don't affect any of these unwholesome thoughts. Why? You had to reduce, you are in control in a very powerful way. So therefore, those are not coming to your mind. But right away, when you are coming out from that jhana, so those are coming back again. Those are coming back again. And same thing happening while you are meditating, focusing on one object. Yes, you can reduce all these things. You can away from all these unwholesome thoughts. But just coming from meditation, so those unwholesome thoughts should be there again in your mind. Elimination means the solution. It's happening through your wisdom. Without developing wisdom, no one can eliminate. Without developing wisdom, no one can eliminate. For example, just think about desire. Desire arises in many ways. For example, I have 2 different objectives on my palms. In here, just imagine, okay? So really, I don't have it. In here, I have piece of gold. Piece of gold in here. Biscuit, gold biscuit. In here, I have piece of iron. I'm offering, okay, I have these two things. What you like, take from me. Which one is the first one that you are thinking to take from me? Huh? Gold. Gold. Good. Is someone thinking to take iron? Is someone here thinking to take iron? Probably if you have something to do in your house, yes, you might take it. Otherwise, no one coming to take iron. Why you are taking gold without paying attention to iron? Why? What is the reason? What is the purpose? It's valuable concept. Perceptions are there, views are there. Is valuable than iron. Gold are valuable than iron. Who gave that value? Who gave this value? Who gave this value? The society? Yes, I mean, namely, we know geography specialists, they're doing an research and say, okay, this is rare. This one is very usual. You can find in many places. And even though the places where you can find, you have a lot in here, these things. Iron. But gold is rare. You couldn't find it easily. So then this is their reports. They submitted that reports. Then economics analyzing all these information, then they're ready to say, okay, it is rare means demanding. So then they're balancing. You have to price up. Price up. So then there are some other people who has some kind of superficial ideas, kind of what we call astronomical explanations. They're ready to say, oh, where in gold, you can get a lot of benefits. You can think about that according to the traditional countries, they believe there's a what we call Navagraha. Wherein those things you can make them happy. Unseen beings who are they have concept, who are protecting them. And also if you have any bad time, where in this, you can protect from that bad time. They are creating some ideas. Now all these made up stories spreading around the society, which is effective to ignorance. Through the ignorance, then we ready to take whole things together. Keeping whole things together, then we ready to fight. I need gold. I don't need iron. If someone try to get my gold, I'm going to kill you. No? They're threatening each other. They're fighting each other. Around the world, there were war because they were not able to share things. Because they have that concept thoroughly in their mind. They're fighting. There was a war now. Not only that, even we think about as a conceptually, sometimes girlfriend not happy about boyfriend because he did not give any gold on his birthday, on the anniversary. They're not happy. See, you don't give me gold. You gave me just plastic roses. What's the meaning? They're not happy. And if someone giving you a garland made by iron, you are not happy. See, what is the thing that you are giving me? It's very cheap. Anyone can buy these kind of things. They are not happy. A lot of views, perceptions are there. Take this piece of iron and gold to the lab, then ask them to divide it into quantum level. In the physics lab, we are asking them to divide it into physics level. That is the maximum level that they can go, quantum level. So then if you ask, is there a difference? They are ready to say yes. Because they think gold is forever gold. Iron is forever iron. But that is not reality. We can go beyond that, connecting with the Buddhist psychology and particularly Abhidharma. Now we are taken into elements, 4 elements or 8 elements. When you are coming to that level, in elements level, there is no difference. Earth element is earth element. It doesn't have any difference. Okay, gold earth elements different than iron earth elements. There's no difference. Fire elements is fire elements. It doesn't matter regarding gold or iron or silver. So when it's come to these 4 elements, there is no any reality about that explanations. All these made up stories made by those people with their ignorance. With their ignorance. So then our belief system is very strong. No, that is real. Gold is valuable than iron. Because we are very weak, we are very ignorant, we are ready to take whole things together, what the people explain as absolute truth. As absolute truth. This is the mundane nature. So then we have a lot of arguments, fight, and concepts of so many upset situations because of this piece of gold and iron. But reality is there, when it's turned into 4 elements, there's no difference. How you can come to this level? Through the lab experiences? No. Developing your mind, wisdom. The person who develop their wisdom, that person can see things as they are. That is realization. So then that person doesn't have any different feelings regarding gold or iron. It doesn't matter for that person. That person ready to see, okay, these both have 4 elements. Just 4 elements. That person ready to, away from all these concept and visualize explanations given by other different people through their experience, according to their subjects. They can think beyond that, the person who is wise. So therefore, that is the best way that we can abandon all these unwholesome concepts. All these unwholesome concepts. Until that, we are not eliminated. So then what we have to do? We have to reduce, we have to control. To live in this society peacefully, happily, to reduce your stress, anxiety, depression in some degrees, taking as a tool, we have to abandon all these unwholesome thoughts. In first step, we have to control. We have to reduce, and then we can completely eliminate. It's not happening in 1 second. It takes time through the development of your wisdom. Okay, this is abundant concept and perceptions. The next one is Katamachananda Viraga Sanya. And what are these perceptions of dispassion? Viraga, dispassion. For what? This is calm. This is excellent. Namely, calm in all mental formation, giving up all levels of rebirth, extinguishing craving, experiencing dispassions, nibbana, these are the perceptions of dispassion. Dispassion, for what about this sensual world? So developing your attachment for Dhamma, Nibbana, because when you attain Nibbana, liberate from this all these unwholesome thoughts, The happiness is establishing there. So now you have to develop your attachment there for Dhamma, and you have to develop your detachment for the discussions for the unwholesome thoughts, and also unwholesome as well as unlogical. There's no logic, but we think there's logic. That's why if something demanded, we have to price up. This is the logic that they know. This logic is correct with conversion, not in absolute truth. In absolute truth, there's nothing to say, okay, demand something, to demand something, there's nothing to say because nothing existing. The reality is there. So goal is not something existing. Goal, all the concept, views, perceptions, and norms regarding the goals, all these are creation. Who create? People who are not attained enlightenment, who not realize the truth. They create these stories, made up stories. So therefore, now we have duty, detached from all these sensual pleasure and all these unwholesome thoughts, and attached to Nibbana. Attached to Nibbana. In Alagadupama Sutta, snake simile discourse, it mentioned a wonderful simile. You have to keep in your mind all the time in your whole life. A raft, simile of raft. There's a river. You have to cross the river from one side to other side to accomplish your main goal. So to cross the river, there would be few ways, but in this moment, the best way is to use a raft or boat or ship. But easy thing is to make a raft. Now, until end of the journey, going to other side, you have to pay attention about that raft, to take care of that raft, because your whole life is there. Your whole life is there. If you're not paying attention, you would be sitting there. No journey. Middle of the journey, you might collapse and finish everything. So same way, we are in this samsara. We are trying to cross this samsara, looking our happiness. That is our main purpose of practice. So until attaining that happiness, we have to thoroughly bond with the Dhamma. You have to develop that bondage. So when you attain Nibbana, you don't want to have that bondage with Dhamma. Even the Dhamma you can abandon. But after enlightenment, in the same way, when you cross the river, you don't know to carry the raft. You can leave it away. In the same way. So therefore, yes, we have to develop perceptions of dispassions for sensual pleasure, to control, reduce, and eliminate. And same time, we have to develop our positive energy as much as we can, connecting to the Dhamma, that we call Dhammachanda, desire, to be desireless. That is Dhammachanda. We have to have desire to be desireless. In Chullakamma Vibhanga Sutta, it says, Kammakkhaya Kamma. Kammakkhaya Kamma means Kamma destroyed by Kamma. That is Noble Eightfold Path. Kamma destroyed by Kamma. That is Noble Eightfold Path. Because when you attain enlightenment, Punya Papa Pahinasya, you're going to abandon wholesome and unwholesome both. So that is the Nibbana. So therefore, we have to develop our dispassion for sensual pleasures regarding ignorance, desire, and hatred, and we have to develop attachment to the Dhamma, desire to be desireless. That is perceptions of dispassion. And next one, perceptions of cessation. Cessation means you're going to stop completely. There's no remain anything. What you're going to, this is calm, this is excellent. Namely, calm in mental formation, giving up all levels of rebirth, extinguishing craving, experiencing cessation, nibbana. This ananda is perceptions of cessation. Sabba sankhara samato, that's Pali word. Sabba sankhara means thoughts. All these are thoughts. Living beings, materials, furnitures, all these are thoughts. Sankhara. So all these sankhara, we have to eliminate permanently from our mind to be happy. So it is a result of your wisdom. Seeing things as they are, yes, of course, you can eliminate it. Until that is not eliminated, it is not easy. Until that, you have to control and reduce, control and reduce. So now, same time, you have to develop your attachment to the Nibbana because it is calm, it is healthy, it is beneficial. So therefore, you have to develop the energy connecting with Nibbanic thoughts as a goal, making as a goal. There is perception of cessation. And Sabbaloke Anabhirata Sanya, perceptions of a non-delight in the whole world. There is nothing to delight in this whole world, worldly things, worldly conditions. The nature reality is worldly conditions. So there's nothing to delight there. So therefore, whatever we are taking as five aggregates, these are the loka. The Buddha said once in Imasmin Vyamatte Lokancha Loka Samudyancha Loka Nirodhancha Loka Nirodhagami Panyape. This length of the body is the world. So then taking this as a world, so we have to develop our non-delight thoughts, not to attach to these five aggregates. These five aggregates, yes, of course, we have obligations to take care of this, but not to develop your delight, non-delight. And the next one, Sabba Sankharesu Anicca Sanya. Sabba Sankharesu Anicca Sanya. Perceptions of impermanence in regard to all the mental formation. All the mental formations, impermanence. Impermanence. So therefore, we have to go into deeper level of impermanence, meaning of that impermanence, deeper level. Sabba Sankharesu Anicca Sanya. Anapanasati, the last one. Anapanasati. This is very practical application. Anapanasati means breathing exercise. Mindfulness of breathe in and out. You have some experience practicing mindfulness of breathing meditation. So I started this sutta with that exercise. So I apply that exercise in here. Seeing the impermanence of your breath, it is not existing, it is rising and falling. So my body is dependent on this breath, then the nature of this breath is rising and falling. It's not existing. So then how about my body, which is dependent on this breath, it is also non-existent. It is also rising and falling. Each and every nanosecond, the mind change. 30 nanoseconds, your cells are changing. This is the way how we live we have that concept. We are living every nanosecond, our mind is changing. Every 17 nanosecond, all the cells are changing. This is happening. This is the time that we can live. Who can recognize that time period? A second divided into 1 plus 1 and 40 zeros. That is the number about the nanosecond, 1 nanosecond. So who can see that? So then there's nothing existing. Everything is impermanent. So seeing this nature through your breath experience, breathing experience, you can use that experience to recognize your body and the perceptions and the thoughts and the consciousness. Each and every aggregates are impermanence. Seeing this nature, reality, develop more and more energy to realize. Now you, through the knowledge and information that you gathered, participate in lectures and reading books, applying it to your practice, then you can develop your experience. Developing your experience, then you can use that experience to realize it. Realization is the Nibbana. Realization is the Nibbana. Okay. So these are the 10 perceptions. If someone can develop these 10 perceptions, even though their body gets sick, their mind not get sick. They can keep their mind strong, powerful. They can use their mind benefits for themselves and others. They can reach their final goal to establish their happiness, not to change their mind because of any reason. So all practice is in here in this sutta regarding our main achievements. Okay, so we just share information in here. That's not enough. You have to read this sutta again and again. You have to discuss with the others, I mean the people who knows about these things, and take in all these informations, use for realization. Somehow after the discourse delivered by Venerable Ananda to Venerable Girivananda, he completely recovered from that sicknesses. So that is the result. So therefore, if there is some kind of sicknesses, you can apply this method to see the results yourself. And also I would like to suggest, if someone in science and biology or physics, chemistry field, I would like to suggest you to do a paper regarding this sutta. If someone really in biology field, this is good resource to explain something about the knowledge that Buddha had regarding the medical subjects, I mean, sicknesses, body parts, the way how all these things are getting sick, the way how you can cure. I mean, a lot of informations are here. So if someone in that field, I would like to suggest for you to do a paper for that. Because we have to share this knowledge with the modern world, particularly with the universities. We can do that in different viewpoint, because we are not biologists or any related to modern science. I have done with the psychological views. That's not enough. Something they like to take with the biological views. It's very happy things for them. That's why I made that suggestion. Bhante ji did a book one day in 2009 or 2010. We were having a retreat, monastic retreat. We were discussing this discourse. I asked after the discussions, Bhante, can you write a book about this? Then he did the book, Perception on Meditation. So therefore, this sutta is very important regarding our practice, applying to our day-to-day life. Okay, so let's go to the questions that we have some questions from yesterday. Okay. Okay. How does a person they knew if they have become enlightened? How? How does a person they knew if they have become enlightened? I hope no one attained enlightenment. I mean, I don't know whether you are asking this question to make sure about your enlightenment. But anyway, this is very simple. In yes, in Satipatthana Sutta, it's explained about the concentration. In Noble Eightfold Path also explaining about the Samadhi concentration. Concentration have 4 levels: first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, and fourth jhana. Then it's explained Piti Sukha Ekaggata Sahita Patamajjana jhana. Rapture, comfort, and concentration. These are the symbols that you can recognize you are in first jhana. Sukha Ekaggata Sahita Dutiya jhana is very comfort and calm, peaceful, and also you're very well concentrate. Then you know you are in which jhana. You have only concentration, you don't have any other things. Now you know which jhana you are in. So therefore, to have this knowledge, yes, of course, you have to learn something by books. The first thing you have to have knowledge. By books or by teachers. You have to read some discourses. So then, same way, you have to learn something about Nibbana. Nibbana is explained in the books. Tannakkayo, Viraga, Nirodha. In Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta, Buddha explained Nibbana using many words. Alokodapadi, Jnanamudapadi, Panyavudapadi, Vijjavudapadi. All these explanations are there in Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta because the 5 ascetics, they were practicing together with the Siddhartha ascetic, Gautama. But the Bodhisattva, before become Buddha, he was deciding himself, okay, 6 years continuously we are putting effort, but we don't see the results. So I don't want to continue it. I want to change it. Then ascetic Siddhartha found another path, that is middle path, Noble Eightfold Path. So then he applied Noble Eightfold Path, he attained enlightenment. After his enlightenment, he went to see his friends, all friends. And then he was explaining about his enlightenment. He was explaining in this way, Alokodapadi, Jnanamudapadi, Vijjavudapadi, Panyavudapadi. All these words are there. Aloka means light arises in my mind. Jnanamudapadi, knowledge arises on me. Panyavudapadi, wisdom arises on me. All these explanations regarding the Nibbana. So therefore, if someone attain enlightenment, they know themselves through their literature, knowledge, experience, and informations. So now we are talking about the hindrances and fetters, influx, and underlying tendencies. If you recognize yourself, okay, I don't have any hindrances in my mind. I don't have any influx in my mind. I don't have tendencies in my mind. I don't have fetters. It means you already eliminated all these things. It means you attain enlightenment. You realize the Nibbana. So through your wholesome thoughts and unwholesome thoughts, okay, unwholesome thoughts are not arising in your mind. You are connecting always with the reality. You are not taking anything personally. So then it means you attain enlightenment. So analyze it, then you can see whether you attain enlightenment or not. If you are not, pay full attention and develop energy to attain that state. Why is there a human skeleton next to meditation hall entrance? The reason is give a sign for you, meditate, otherwise this should be happen to you. When it's happened to you, you can't do nothing. You can't do nothing there. So therefore, before become a skeleton, use this body benefits for yourself and others. That is my explanation. Somebody donated, we are keeping there. Meditator can use it. You know, in Satipatthana Sutta, Marananusmriti, when you start to practice Kayanupassana, the last one, Navasivatika, it's explained about the nature, what would be the after death to our body. 3 days, 4 days, 7 days, 9 days, in this manner, at the end only remains skeleton, and skeleton also divided into pieces, and also those pieces will connect in with earth element basically, and then it's become earth. You can even find skeleton there. So to give that symbol, everything is impermanence. Even though we are having body like this now, it's temporary. It's not permanent. Okay. 31 verse 32 body parts. Why was the brain added later? Previously, they did not have brain. Somehow later, somebody had it. that would be the reason. There would be many things. Many things means during that time, they might not focus about the brain particularly, but in modern world, they pay full attention about the brain. Not only that, in the psychology field, they believe brain is their mind. They believe, they accept it. That's why always body and mind concept, all these concepts are there. In psychological field, they believe everything happening according to the brain, because they think brain is the mind. They are not able to separate these two things. But the Buddhism doesn't have any connection. I mean, when you start to talk about the mind, it doesn't have any connection with any of body parts. But mainly brain and heart, these organs are very supportive and close together with the mind. That is the only thing. Otherwise, mind is not a brain. Somehow, I don't know exactly what happened. In first explanation, it doesn't include it. But later on, we have, no worries, now we have it. Therefore, now you have a brain. Okay. Does someone who has reached Nibbana feel sad when someone they we close to, like a mom or dad, dies? No. When someone attained Nibbana means they completely eliminated all the defilements from the mind. They don't have desire, they don't have ignorance. So therefore, if you don't have ignorance and desire, there's nothing to develop hatred. Sad means hatred. There's no reasons to have hatred. For example, if there is there should be some things to set up fire. If you don't have that energy and the materials to set up fire, how there would be a fire? There's no fire. There's no reasons to get fire because no background, no necessary energy is there. In the same way, person who attained enlightenment, that person already eliminated all the defilements, plus main roots, ignorance, desire, and hatred. So there's no reasons to be upset or sad. But sadness is a sorrow that in the life stories of the Buddha, the Buddha's mother passed away after 7 days of his birth. Then Mahaprajapati Gautami, younger sister of his mother, Mahamaya Devi, became a foster mother to Prince Siddhartha. So she had a baby, Nanda, gave to servants, and then she became a foster mother to Prince Siddhartha. Prince Siddhartha took care by Mahaprajapati Gautami. According to the Buddha's explanation, she had done wonderful job exactly as a mother. Somehow, after enlightenment of the Buddha, she wanted to come to see the Buddha, and then she wanted to get into the order. She wanted to ordain, want to become a nun. With the help of Bhante Ananda, she got permissions. And then, while she was living as a nun, she attained enlightenment. The last day that she is going to die, she wanted to see the Buddha. She went to see the Buddha where Buddha was dwelling, and then paid respect to the Buddha. And she left from the monastery. While she was leaving, the Buddha had go behind her until the gate to respect her. Not only that, in her funeral process, Buddha was behind that cough to respect her, respect his foster mother. So this happened not because of sadness. This happened as gratitude, to respect his mother. So that is two different, respecting and sadness. Okay. So person who attained enlightenment, there's nothing to be sad whether that person's mother, father, or own son or daughter dying. There's nothing to sad for them because they are realized the truth. They know the nature. Anytime this can happen, anybody in the world, they know that nature, that reality. So therefore, there's nothing to be sad. Can one exist in a jhanic state outside of the meditation after being able to attain jhana repeatedly during meditation? No. Jhana is temporary achievements. So therefore, you have to meditate to get into jhana. Without meditating, there's no way to get into jhana. When you attain jhana, when you get into jhana, you can enjoy there hours and hours, hours and hours. Some jhanic power, you can continuously, days and days, you can practice, continuously enjoy. But when you are coming out that jhana, you don't have that jhana. You don't have that jhana. Okay, the last one. I'm happy I can finish. At a surgery time, where's the mind of an unconscious patient? Yeah. What is that unconsciousness mean? What is unconsciousness? Meaning is there. Yesterday, I was putting another explanations about consciousness means active mind. Unconsciousness means your mind is not active. It does not mean your mind is not there. Your mind is there, but is not active through your bases. Eye, ear, nose, tongue, all these bases. That is the way how they do surgeries. Mind is there with the body. If mind is not there, that body will become a dead body. In Dhammapada it says, Chuddho apeta vijnano nirattanga kalingaram. When the mind departed from the body become a useless lock. It means dead body. So then you don't want to do any anesthesia or anything there because already dead. So what they do, they are working with that sense faculties. In the body, there are very important sense faculties in neurological system. So they are blocking that neurological faculties to share that signals. Share that signals. That is the only thing they do there. So therefore, mind is there, but not connecting with ear, nose, tongue, all these bases. Mind is there. Because this body has signal system. They are blocking that signal system. That's the only thing happening there. If something happened, if something accidentally or mind went out from the body, it means never you can't get back. So that it's become dead body, useless now. So I think that's enough. So I answered all the questions, and then according to my plan, I was able to finish all the 4 suttas. I would like to thank Bhante Kusala. One day I was absent, and then he was able to continue. That is a wonderful opportunity, well-educated monk. That is another opportunity for you. You are lucky enough to have that kind of monk here in our discussions. So anyway, thank you very much. So you can take a break and come back again 6:30 to meditate.